Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, hey, we back again. Say what she want, and laughs all day. Never Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay. She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night. Shay, on Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
All right, you guys, welcome to Shay's Tube Late Night Owls Talk Time. Happy and blessed Monday, and I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. I came on special tonight to go over some key points of Nolan Wells unaliving and a little of that interview Tristan did. We're going to go over the rest of it in tomorrow and the next day and etc. Okay, and we're going to talk about about that phone call and listen to that because that's kind of weird. And we're going to talk about some key points in this whole thing. Why is this a mystery and why we think this is a cover-up? There are a lot of inconsistencies, just some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about that in this hour tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome to Jermaine. Let me go over here, look over here, see who's over here. Bronze, what's up? Jake Glover. Or Glover, Tony Vance in the place to be. And who else? I think that's it. And everybody in the bushes, everyone who watched this in the replay. Y'all make sure y'all thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, share, leave a comment, and hype this video up. And if you want to show additional support for this channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, Cash App donation at $Shades2, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All righty, and thank you guys again for being here. Again, welcome to everybody in the bushes and everybody who watched this in the replay. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to get started. Don't forget that copyright disclaimer is floating across my screen. The entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area of this channel. Okay? All right, so first thing first, let's talk about some key points real quick before we listen to this interview and listen to this dude talk and just talk and talk and talk. Anyway, as we already know, Nolan Wells disappeared during a July the 4th boat trip to Horn Island, about 10 miles off the Mississippi coast, and his body was found on July the 6th, 2026. Now, official reported no signs of foul play at the time the body was recovered, but the investigation remains active. And you would ask yourself, why is that if they think there is no foul play? Anyway, as we know, an independent autopsy performed by Dr. Roger Mitchell, funded by Colin Kay, I think he's a basketball player, could not determine the cause or manner of Wells' unaliving. The state medical examiner completed an initial autopsy on July the 7th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. and the case is still being investigated. And then we got word the other day that that autopsy results is sealed for right now. Okay, it is not going to be open to the public. Okay, at this time. Now, family attorney Ben Crump highlighted contradictions in witness statements about Wells' last movements and questioned how a strong swimmer could have drowned unnoticed. Okay, so the thing is, I don't believe this dude, this kid, this young man, I don't believe the story that they're putting out. I just don't. I've been listening to so many different scenarios. Some are just plainly ridiculous, but then some are actually believable. I personally don't believe that he stayed on the island. When Katie said their meeting was brief, she said that the last time she saw Nolan was around 3. She said she assumed that Nolan went back to the boat to go back with the friends he came with. Okay? Now, granted, that could be a lie if she has something to cover up. Okay? But I don't know about that. I don't know about that for sure. Because the questions that I would ask regarding about her is, why would she need to cover up anything? Why would she need to do anything to this dude? And they claim he did not know her. So we're going to listen to all of that, you guys. Okay, I have a whole schedule of things that I'm getting ready to do. We're going to listen to some of that interview, not all of it, tonight, because I'm not trying to be on here to 4 o'clock at night. Usually when people do stuff, it's an underlying reason. And I don't see her having one unless, they knew each other or some of the other theories about her are true. So now, I want to go first to Trayston's interview where he said he talked about Nolan's mom and what Nolan's mom said when she said she didn't know Trayston. Okay, so let's go look at that real quick. Let's listen to that and watch it real quick. Let me mute this. Then I'm going to read you guys messages in a minute, okay? Shades Tube is kind of tired tonight. I just got off of work. And I've been working 12 hours today. A long time. And I didn't get a chance to, operate my organization of crime today. I was too busy at my regular job, so I didn't have enough time to do my crime organization that stems from my YouTube channel. Okay? Oh, Man, I had to put that in there, Jermaine. I just had to. Anyway, let's go ahead and watch this real quick. Okay, so this is Tracy Shepard when he's talking about the mother, Nolan's mom, okay?
TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And man, that can't be farthest from the truth. Me and Nolan, I met Nolan in 9th grade in our second block class. It was math. He was one of the first guys I made friends with. I never wanted to take away how close somebody else was with Nolan, but Nolan was my best friend. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him. I was joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. The last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you. See you later. I didn't get into that altercation. Maybe I would be able to do something. Maybe I would have saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. His mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And, man, that can't be farthest from the truth. Me and Nolan, I met Nolan in 9th grade in our second block class. It was math. He was one of the first guys I made friends with. I never wanted to take away how close somebody else was with Nolan, but Nolan was my best friend. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat.
Okay, let me stop this right here. Okay, so he said that basically his mom that's not true. Okay. I think maybe his mom was talking about the fact that because he said they are childhood friends or whatever the case is, allegedly. So I think his mom might have been saying they're not, childhood friends because they didn't meet, like when he was a little bitty kid. They met later on, and maybe his mom didn't really know him, okay? Because a lot of times when kids get older, they can get friends, you may see their mom, they may say hey or whatever the case is, but they don't really know you, okay? And he said he parked his car over there. So what? That doesn't mean that she still knows of him like that, like the way he like the way it was insinuated. Let's see what you guys are saying over here. You said, damn, his interview. He should not even be interviewed. He supposedly already, so he is not supposed to know anything about Nolan. And then he bashed the parents. Right. Then he said something else about they didn't have to get Ben Crump, a civil rights attorney, because nobody's rights were violated. First and foremost, he cannot say that, because the thing is, how do you know how they feel? How? And then if Nolan's supposed to be such a friend to this dude, and he loved Nolan, why would you talk about Nolan's parents, especially his mom? You can't tell people what they need to get when they lose their son. If they feel like they need to get a civil rights attorney, that's their prerogative. They can do that. See, the thing is, when you lose a child, and especially if you think your child was unalive, okay, most parents, they want to get to the bottom of this, okay, to see who did it, what happened, and etc. And the thing is, the way he was talking about certain things, it just does not seem like he's a friend like that to me. And another thing too, I don't give a damn what time it is. I don't give a damn what I'm doing. If my friend did not show back up at a certain time, I'm getting my ass in that boat, going to that island, and I'm going to look for him. period. Just as sure as I would look for one of my kids if they didn't come back home. These people talking about their friends with him, but nobody got up to go to the island to look for him immediately. And then another thing too, if he hooked up with what's her name, Katie. So before he did this, you would think that these dudes would be like, so what time are you gonna link back up with us, Nolan or Nolo or No, whatever they call them? What time are you gonna hook back up with us? You know? And the reason why you would ask this is so that you would know, and in case that person does not come back around that time, then that would probably send an alarm to you. And it would probably indicate that you should go and try to contact this person. But since he didn't have his phone, that was going to be impossible. So the next thing you would do is get in that boat and go out there. Boats have lights on them. And another thing, when their boat was in distress, basically, why didn't they want the Coast Guard to come on out? And I'm still going to say, in the background on that video, I heard someone, and they might not have said no. They might have said Nolan, and because when I was listening to him talk in the interview, you know, I keep forgetting they're from the South. Okay, so therefore, when they say stuff, it's a little bit different. So in that audio, that video, audio, whatever, the person in the background said, I thought he said no. Wake the F up. He probably said, Nolan, wake the F up. Or Nolo, wake the F up. Okay? Because I know what I heard. Then I heard a girl in the background, or either a guy sounding like a girl, saying, bruh. Said it one time, just bruh. So all of that commotion in the background, some of it, you know, could have been for the boat situation, but the rest of it, it just wasn't. It just wasn't. That's not what I heard. Period. Right, because let me tell you something. Well, everybody's not like that. I did know most of my kids' friends, but sometimes you don't know all of these kids, okay? And they can come and park in your yard. You can just wave your hand, hey, but you're not really paying attention to them. They don't come inside your house and you know, talking to them, y'all eating dinner together and all of this stuff. You know, he said he met Nolan in the 9th grade, which he probably did. And they probably was cool. But if his mom says they weren't childhood friends, then that's what she meant. Okay? When you use a childhood friend, it's like, you know, when you were little and you grow up with them. So that's what the mom was probably saying. You know what I'm saying? We probably need to go back and listen to her real quick too, to see exactly what she said. You said Warren never been to the house. I don't think none of them really have they? The ones that I think the mom said is Javon and the other dude, right? So maybe he have separate sets of friends, you know, one set to do stuff with, the other set to do stuff with. And, you know, granted, they were friends, but I don't think like the mom was all like, you know, with him, like, you know, he's trying to insinuate, you know what I'm saying? I just don't, you know, believe it. And then Jermaine brought up something too. I can't remember what it is, but put it in the chat, Jermaine, about this interview. Something he said regarding with the cell phone thing. See, for me, I'm going to tell you what I think happened, and I could be wrong. Let me tell you exactly what I think happened. Okay, and this is all what I think. I don't know. Okay. So I think that when Nolan left that girl, he did go back to the boat. He did get on the boat. I think he got on that boat. I think something popped off on that boat. Either he had something that he didn't supposed to be taking, okay, or either they got into some type of altercation and he fell into the water and they couldn't find him, or either he like I said, they was getting lit with something else and something happened. Okay, I believe something similar to that. And if that did not happen, then I don't know about the scenario where they say, or the theory they said that they took him back and they went to a party, he was unalive there, and then they brought him back out to the water. Okay, it could be possible though. It could be possible. Then one other theory was that when they called the dispatcher, the 911 dispatcher, whatever, and they didn't want the Coast Guard to come out, and the grandfather came out. Some people think that the grandfather came out and helped them. So I don't know. Like I said, there's so many theories floating around through our social media. It's almost it's a trip. But I believe that when they called the dispatcher and all that, I believe he was on that boat then. Okay. And if what I heard was correct and they said, Nolan, wake the F up, I'm thinking that it was some drugs involved. And he had an old, what I'm talking about. And that's why you hear them in the background saying, Nolan, wake the F up. And then they panic and they know what to do. And you don't want to be caught with stuff, especially if it's the F drug. And then they basically put him in that water to make it appear like that he drowned. And then using that girl as a scapegoat. That's what I think. So let's see what y'all saying over here. You said childhood friends, they only 18 or so. That's what, 5 or 6? That ain't even 5 years. They like 2 or 3. These two met in the 9th grade. So 9, 10, 11, 12, just got out of high school. So they've been knowing each other for about 3 to 4 years. That's it. That's not childhood. That's teenhood friends. Okay, let's keep it real. So the mom probably meant that they didn't know each other since he was a little bitty kid. Okay, period. She don't know him like that. There's nothing wrong with what she said. Right. You could park your car at the house, but that doesn't mean that you know the mom like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe them either. I believe some things they are telling the truth about, but I think they adding truth with non-truth. And some people say jealousy. Some people say that Katie is involved. Okay, so I don't know. Me too. I think that too. I think the same exact thing. Yep. Yep. Then nothing. If your boat is getting so much water into it, and you out there in that damn ocean, why wouldn't you want the Coast Guard to come? Why wouldn't you want the Coast Guard to come? And if your boat is getting all that water in, why would you be waiting till your grandfather come versus having the people who specialize in that come so you can hurry up and get out that situation? Oh, really? After you can hear them say, hurry up so we can get out of here. That's crazy. So their boat is getting water into it. Why would you, if you want to hurry up and get out somewhere, when do you have the Coast Guard and his crew come on out there immediately? See, that dude, Tatum, didn't ask the questions that I would have asked. You know what I'm saying? Right. Allegedly, either she is involved or they are trying to pin it on her. That's why they keep on emphasizing this girl's name. Every time you look around, Katie. And then people say, I wish Nolan didn't go with that girl. How do you know this girl did anything? And what would be the reason she would do anything to Nolan? What would be the reason? Unless she had a boyfriend or something there, and he got mad when he saw them together, saw Nolan trying to, talk to her or something like that. You said they tried to hurry up and get away because they told they were already ready. Yeah, when a rescue call is made, they come regardless, but possibly didn't see the body by the time they got there. But his father, his grandfather came and then towed, the boat, allegedly. So this whole thing is like weird. Okay, let me go back over here to this in front of listening to this. Right, he already interfered. He came out. That's right, they did come out there, but the grandfather had already took the boat and towed it, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing. See, a lot of this stuff that they're doing is strange. Because like I said, just say if he did go to meet the girl, like I said before, you would basically ask your friend, what time you going to link back up with us? Because you need to know. And also, too, the cell phone. If you can use the cell phone, if you think it's very important, listen, they were using the cell phone to call the dispatcher for help, or at least for an alibi to act like they needed help. Okay, actually, okay. So why would Nolan leave his phone on the boat when he knows that when he gets back to mainland, he needs his phone? Also, if something pops off at the island, he may be able to use that phone. You just never know. And then also, what if he wanted to take pictures or record a video? You don't need cell phone signals to take pictures or to record messages, like I said the other day. So I don't understand why he did not have his phone. I'm going to tell you why he didn't have his phone. At least this is what I think. I think, again, he was on that boat. I think that either they were doing DRUGS, hardcore, you know what I'm talking about, and he, got something that was too powerful or whatever, and he, you know what I'm talking about. That's why his phone was still on that boat. That's what I think. And then, because they panic, because they know good and damn well, if the F thing is involved in it, or any other type of DRUGS, somebody going to jail, if not everybody. Okay? So if this is true what I'm saying, then I'm thinking that they got rid of they had his body on the boat for a while. And then eventually they got rid of it. Okay? And that's why I believe his phone was on the boat. Okay? I don't believe he just left it there. I believe, he left it there all right because they unalived him. Well, if they gave him a DRGS, it's the same thing. So let's see. Let me read y'all stuff. That's what I'm saying. You would go ahead and let the Coast Guard come out. Okay? He talking about, no. We don't need the Coast Guard. Why wouldn't you need the Coast Guard if your boat is allegedly sinking? And I still want to know what the hell was going on in the background. This is what Tatum should have been asked. What is that? You can hear that clear. Nolan, what the fuck? Wake up. What did he say? Nolan, wake the fuck up. And see, I thought he said no. And I thought about it after listening to him talk. And I saw I forgot they're from the South. And they talk a little bit different, right? They say stuff different. Nolan, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Say something like that. Why would you be saying that? If the last time Warren's seen Nolan, he was hugged up with Katie and he was telling him to get on the boat, then Katie should be able to easily verify if Nolan got on the boat. Right. And they're trying to pin everything on Katie. And I'm going to tell you something. This sounds like a setup as well. This sounds like it could be a possible setup. Now, the only way it could be a possible setup if they intentionally unalived him. Let me clarify that. If they did the DRUGS type thing, that wouldn't be a setup. It's just something that happened because of what they were engaged in. Right. Just nothing. I don't think he stayed on that island. I just really don't. That's why Katie said what she said. I assume he got back on that boat and went back with the people who brought him, or he came with. So why would she assume that? I said that the other day. Why did she assume that? What did he say to her? She said she last saw him at 3. Somebody else said they last saw him at 4 or 4:30. Their boat left at 4:30. After 4:30, I don't recall anyone really saying they saw him, except one person said they saw him, but he could be lying. And if he was so effed up as they claim, walking weird, all these people on that damn island, if they see a young dude walking like that, and he still look like a kid, don't you think someone out of all those people would take notice to that? Because everybody on that damn island was not intoxicated or severely intoxicated. If you guys think I believe everybody on that island was severely intoxicated, y'all got me messed up. If they are guilty, you got that right. And you said when Tristan, oh, you mean Tristan, when Tristan tells the story of the competition, he never mentioned the phone at all. But in the audio, we clearly hear an argument about the phone. So what was that about? And you are right, Jermaine. What was that about? Tristan says something totally, not Tristan. Tristan says something totally different yesterday. And we're going to watch that too. I don't know about Katie for sure, but I definitely believe those boys are. Okay. I believe they are involved. And Katie could be. Okay. Could be. I don't know for sure. Now, let me do this real quick. Let's go over here and listen to this other part. Let's see.
Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
No.
Do you have personal?
I don't know why anyone would ask that question, because let me tell you something. Even if you had something to do with somebody's unaliving, you're not going to tell anyone because you're not trying to get in trouble. So I don't know why people even ask that question.
Knowledge of someone directly.
So somebody said, I noticed his, usually when you fold your arms up there like that, it means, let me tell y'all what it means. Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on, let me do this. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, just like this person is saying in this comment section, the body language is guarded. Okay, so when people fold their arms like that, it's usually indicating that you are apprehensive, have an apprehensive attitude, closed, reserved. They said it's a physical barrier that reflects an inner emotional barrier to protect, shield the person from a potentially unpleasant or, unwelcome person, emotion, or situation. And sitting there like that, to me, means exactly that. And it means that, to me, it means that, you're trying to make sure you don't say certain things. You're very careful about what you're saying. What y'all think?
In your friend group having anything to do with Nolan's death?
No, not at all.
Laid out a few things that I think the world needs to know.
How would he know if he wasn't there the whole time, right? How would he know what his friends would do or wouldn't do?
Be clear about.
Okay.
And the first one is the relationship that you had with Nolan. Can you explain?
He's just trying to protect the truth. That's what it means. That's right. Just like self-comfort, right? Jermaine said these interviews are script. Jay said, I think, in the words of Really D, lock them up. That's right. And throw away the key. We know the judge approved all these questions and answers, right? Ron said, I couldn't believe he said Nolan would have said he would be mad if his friends was being dogged out. But Nolan was screaming at them for his fall, right?
Your relationship with Nolan?
Yeah, I will. So his mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And man, that can't be farthest from the truth. Me and Nolan, I met Nolan in 9th grade in our second block class. It was math. He was one of the first guys I made friends with. It was somebody I made a connection to. Like off rep, he was an athlete. I could tell he was an athlete when I walked into class. We sat really close to each other, and all he did, he turned around and asked me for a pencil when I first met him in 9th grade when I moved to Ocean Spring. Man, it was tough, and the relationship there has always been a best friend in my eyes. I never wanted to take away how close somebody else was with Nolan. But Nolan was my best friend. That was a guy I knew I could call at any point in time. He called me at 11 o'clock on the 4th to see where I was parked at.
But the thing about it, all these people were best friends. Nolan was so liked. Everybody loved Nolan. But when Nolan did not turn up, why didn't these kids go out to look for him? How can you go to bed, be watching movies or whatever they were doing? How can you be doing all that when your homeboy, your bro, your bruh, whatever you call him, is nowhere to be found? Let's go ahead and fast forward.
The media activists are coming out and alluding to the fact that you may have something to do with what happened to Nolan on that day.
Man, that hurts. It hurts is an understatement. I beat myself up every night I lay down. Beat myself up anytime it crosses my mind. Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something. Maybe I would have saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. We can go meet up with the guys later. Maybe it just plays out different in the fact that...
Here we go again, putting all the suspicion right at Katie, bringing it off of them and directing it right to Katie.
That they're going to play that is I'm already trying to mourn my friend's death as is, and I'm blaming myself for it. To put that in my head is a next level of hurt that can't be truly explained. Because man, it's hard to put into words. Generally, it's backstabbing from a sense of a community that I thought I had with my skin color, and they stay so strong together. And I'm supposed to be one of them, but I come up and I speak, and now I'm the person to blame. Now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them. And now I'm the...
Dude, it's not that they mad at you. I don't know. It's not... Listen, it's simple like this. Black people, at least some, are wondering if you know something. If you know something, how could you conceal that when Nolan is the same color basically as you? We know you guys are mixed with stuff, but it's black still. Okay, let's keep it real. So that's the reason why, some of these people may be acting, like they're acting. As far as them, If somebody threatening him or whatever, I don't condone that. But as far as the other stuff I said, yeah, that's the reason why they're probably doing that, because they figure you're black or you're mixed with black, so you should be looking out. If you know something, you need to say something. How could you sit there or stand there and act like you don't know anything when you do? Okay, you're letting them come before the truth. So that's why some black people who may believe that he knows the truth are upset about that and basically turning their back. So you can't blame a whole race anyway for that, and you can't really get upset about that. If he's telling the truth, right, and these boys didn't have anything to do with it, then you got to be more confident. That's the first thing. And you need to show more remorse. That's the second thing. And you need to really explain everything, because, I mean, in this whole interview, he's talking about certain things, but I don't think the right questions 100% were asked.
It doesn't make sense. In my head, it doesn't make sense.
Was Nolan? I mean, obviously you were in the friend group, but the way the media makes it seem is that almost as if Nolan was the only black person in this whole friend group. Now they don't even mention you. They don't bring you up in this whole thing when it comes to, you know, what happened on at Horn Island. So what's your take on Nolan being, you know, presented as like the only black kid in a group of all these white boys?
That's crazy, man. I know we've spoken a little bit, but that friend group that I'm a part of to this day was the first friend group I was in when I moved to Ocean Springs as a new kid coming in. I never knew any of them. I known one kind of, sort of, back from grade school because we went to the same private school together. But that was it. And him being the only black person, minority, any of that measure is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the.
Did you have anything to
So
do
he
with?
said that the friend group has an Asian in it. Let me tell you something, young man. Asian is still not black, okay? They don't go through the same thing that black people go through. So I think when people, you know, say that he basically was the only black, that's what they're talking about, because black people face different struggles, okay? Point blank. And there are a lot of situations where a black person hangs out with a group of white people, right? And something happens and they come back home and the black person is missing or unalive. So that's why people are saying that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let me first go ahead and read y'all comments over here. So let's see. He said all the fake love, not one showed up at his funeral and stand with the family. And that's what I'm saying. But Javon and his brother, I believe, were there. Okay? So you mean to tell me Tristan wasn't there? But he loved Nolan. And I don't want to hear this excuse about, oh, they didn't go because of what the public is saying. F the public. If you need to go see to your friend's funeral, you call the mom up, you make her believe that you don't have anything to do with this. Anything to do with this. And you go to that funeral. And I think if they would have got up there with some tears coming out their eyes, because men cry, and, you know, and really, really act like they are hurt by him being alive, I think people's opinion would be a little different. Oh, okay. It's cool, Jay. And that's another thing, too. These kids, 18 years old, right? Doing all this drinking and operating a boat. So how's that legal? Where's the supervision or something? You know, I guess no supervision out there or anything. You say, yeah, Katie was on the boat, and I think someone got jealous that Nolan was coupled with her. And you know what? That's another theory. That's exactly what I read somewhere. And they think that Warren allegedly got into it with Nolan, and something popped off. You said in the beginning of the trip, it seemed like they didn't want Nolan to go anyway. And if that's the truth, I don't know why Nolan didn't realize this. They put fault on Nolan and Katie. That's why they constantly mention Nolan was drunk. Then make it a point to mention Katie as the last time they saw him. That's what makes me think that Katie, that's another reason what makes me think that Katie doesn't have anything to do with this, because they're placing a lot of fault on her. They're pushing everything toward her way. Yeah, I remember hearing that. 11 a.m. I don't know if I believe he got into an altercation with Nolan. I don't know. He's got his arms folded, but not like he's guilty as far as doing something to him. It's more like, I'm protecting myself. I'm going to make sure I don't say too much. I'm going to keep myself under control. Okay? So you said Nolan left at 9:56 and arrived there at 11:14 a.m. Okay. He's definitely that. You mean Javon? When the people asked if they wanted to talk, and Javon walked off from the crowd, maybe Javon knows something. Because like Jermaine said, when they had an interview, Javon looked like he was scared. And his mom, I believe, did you say, Jermaine, his mom nudged him? Yep. Negligent. Okay, so what's the name of that video? Because I want to see that video real quick too. But let's see what else he said. I'm not going to play his whole thing because I don't need no copyrights from him. Okay, let's see. That's why I did it like I did and was talking. So let's see if he said anything. So let's see what he's talking about. Well, is that Stephen Smith right there? Let's see what's going on here.
He's supposedly involved.
There's two thoughts that come to my mind. One is that Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump are manipulating this family's trauma in order for them to make a crap ton of money. That's one. The second one is the parents trying to cash in on this because, and it's the reason why I say
these people are absolutely morons, okay? Period. Let's see. So a lot of people say is he a suspect? Let's see this real quick.
Hugh helped me understand the fight a little better because I interviewed Warren, who's your friend, and he had made mention that his brother was involved in the fight. So can you explain who actually started fighting, and were you fighting his brother or were you fighting somebody else? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, and I can see now, especially it's all been blown out of proportion. But so originally, I'll go back a couple steps. Original, me and my girlfriend, I wouldn't even call it an argument. She was upset that I lost the lid to her koozie. I dropped it in the water. Generally speaking, that's how it started. And I dropped her new koozie in the water. And so she started to let me hear it and basically told me I was paying for it. And she was really upset with me and mad about it. Man, we weren't even yelling at each other. We weren't arguing. It was more along the lines of, I literally told her, I was like, man, I just want a beer. And she was like, well, go get one, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I said that, she had ducked her head underwater, and he had walked up, and he told me that I needed to watch how I talked to my girlfriend. And I looked at him and I told him, I was like, this has nothing to do with you. We're good. This has nothing to do with you. And he sat there and he was like, well, I'm going to tell you, I better not hear it again. And I looked at him and I was like, you need to excuse yourself from the situation. And after I came out, he swung. He threw the first punch. And we went back and forth. I remember at one point in time, I look over and I see my uncle, and my uncle's yelling at me to get in the boat. I stopped fighting. As soon as me and him made eye contact, I got in the boat. I'm sorry. And I listened to my uncle.
And what was Warren's brother involvement in this?
And so I was getting there. So when I'm on the boat and they're trying to cool me down, I'm trying to get back off the boat. So I see the crowd forming up on the island. Well, my little brother and Carter are like really good friends, like best friends, I would say. He's over at our house all the time. Carter heard him still talking crap as he's getting out of the water, and I'm on the boat, and the situation is like done and over with, right? Well, he sees him talking crap, so Carter gets up, and more along the lines of defending me. And for what? He was like, well, if you got a problem with Tristan, we can handle it right here.
Can you help me understand the fight a little better? Because I interviewed Warren, who's your friend.
This fight sounds hot ass, juicy, unbelievable mess, okay? But anything is possible, like I said before. So he said because the dude jumped on him because I guess he felt like he was talking disrespectful to his girlfriend, to Tristan's girlfriend. So the dude approached him about that. The white dude, okay? I don't know. Like I said, this is so unbelievable, the whole entire thing. You said, how did Nolan call Tristan if he didn't have his phone? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I need to bring up the marina footage of them coming back to the docks. I'm sure they got that footage. Shay, this is what I think. They seen Katie like Nolan, and the plan was to get Nolan intoxicated and beat him up. You know what? You could be right. And then something went wrong. Yeah, they ended up unaliving him. And then to cover up their tracks, they put him in that water, threw him in that water to make it appear that he drowned, allegedly. And then want to place all the blame on Katie. You said they definitely need to be locked up for tampering of a corpse. That fight thing, I mean, it could have happened. I mean, we don't know, but it just seems so weird, okay? You said what? Hold on, I just found out information. If none is indicating within 270 days in Mississippi, the case is gone. What you mean? That don't even sound right. He didn't. The thing is, I don't even know why these kids keep on doing interviews. Okay, I really, truly don't. It's weird. Because you got to mess up somewhere, Okay, let's see what else they got here. So, let's look at this, see what she said.
Y'all see what Nolan Wells' mom said about the Tristan boy from the ABC interview claiming to be his best friend? Listen to this.
So first of all, we don't know Tristan. We've never met him. So to say, best friend, childhood friend, that's a bit of a stretch. We've never met him. He's never been to our home. Now, if you were to say that about Jalen or Javon, I would say absolutely. You could say that those are childhood friends. Those are best friends because they've been to our home. We know their family. We're close to, their mother. But this young man, I maybe high school, they started hanging out or, kind of been around each other. But again, we don't know him. And not to discount anything he has said, which of course still trying to rule those things out. But I mean, he has communicated. He did offer his condolences, which we appreciate. And he did let me know.
Did y'all see what Nolan Wells' mom said about the Trace the
So
boy?
the thing is, she just told you, okay? So he could have parked his car there, like you said. Okay, I believe him. Okay. He could have said hey to the mom, but she might just don't recall him. She doesn't recall him because he didn't, she didn't meet his parents. They didn't set up no type of bond, okay, or anything. He is Nolan's friend, and that's it. That doesn't mean that the mom got to know him and all this other stuff. So I think that's what she meant, okay? Period. Let's see what y'all saying over here. The 270-day rule. I'm about to look that up. It is, okay? And you see what they're doing, they are concentrating on trivial, non-trivial things like the mom says she doesn't know him and all that. It doesn't even matter, okay? Because sometimes you have friends, and like I said before, your mom don't really know them like that. They may have seen them, they may park their car in the driveway, they may say hey to your mom, but your mom ain't really paying attention to them because, it just, she probably see a bunch of people, that Nolan, he was friends with, okay? She just told you in the interview, she did not meet his parents. She didn't meet his parents or anything like she did with Javon and the other dude, okay? They didn't hang out together or anything. So that's what she probably meant. So I don't know, what the big deal about that is. But I do know it's a distraction, like always, okay? That's what it is. And I'm glad I saw that because I wanted to see what she said. And everybody making a big deal about that. And they said she lied because they have pictures and stuff. If it's on social media, it is what it is, okay? He just like people say, he's just probably a school friend, okay? Period. I'm just reading some of the comments over here, y'all. And so it is what it is, okay? Period. Let's see what else we got here. So that's the other dude right there. Okay, let's see what else. That's Ryan, I think. Okay, so let's go back to that 911. I forgot what was the 911 dispatcher call, I think. And then I want to see this other thing where it goes back to the judge's phone. Let's see if I can pull it back up again so I can hear it. I think this is it right here. Let's see.
Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Yeah, thank you. This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that
Mhm.
Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
Oh,
I'm
right.
guessing.
So why wouldn't you need help right now? Did they repair the boat right there on the water?
That they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah,
Or,
they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership. So it's just under Jerry fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can
swamped.
try this cell phone number.
Yes, sir.
Anything on this phone number.
All right. Yep. Jerry. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one. Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right. I'll just
Y'all just heard
disregard
that.
this one. I'm gonna send you over an accurate one under this Jerry Ackerson one. Okay, he's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right. And yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right, transferring now. Thank you again, Captain.
All
Stay
righty.
safe out there. It's crazy. Have a drink.
Oh, it's wild.
So a
Please.
22 footer, right? That's the boat. Okay. Let's see what else. I told y'all I heard a female voice. And that's before I even heard this. The female said, bro, a bro, bruh, or something like that.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're going. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Now I know y'all heard that very clear. Nolan, wake the fuck up. You know what? I believe, like I said, I believe that they was doing something they shouldn't have been doing, and that's drugs. And this kid probably, you know what, on those. And then they try to cover this up by putting him in that water and making it appear that he's drowned. And they may have had assistance by, you know who. And this is all what I think, allegedly, okay? That they did this.
Hello?
Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going.
We just not look. Wait, hold on. We're just sinking. I don't know. We're going down now. That doesn't even. That doesn't even sound like someone that's concerned about possibly drowning. Watch this. I know I ain't tripping.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're going.
Isn't that the same area where they found Nolan's body at?
Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're going. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey,
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have the
right.
tag on
Unless you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 3 degrees by 4672.
All right. 4672. All right. And you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right. Well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right. Looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right. Is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right. Have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right. Where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou Launch.
All right. How many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Gotta jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on.
So what y'all think? And I definitely heard what you said. And this is the same thing. It's the same audio. Westfield, thank you for being here. Now, see the same thing.
CTO Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
If y'all don't hear him saying, Nolan, wake the fuck up. Something's wrong with y'all, okay? Okay? Something is wrong with you guys.
CTO Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on that count, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have the
right.
tag
Unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
So do it.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
The thing is, if your boat is sinking in the damn water, I don't think it would be that damn calm. Okay? He said it's sinking, is really sinking. You wouldn't be that calm. And he definitely was distracted by something other than that, some water. Okay? And why didn't they want the Coast Guard to come? And the person in the background said, Nolan, wake the fuck up. That's exactly what he said. All this other stuff in the background, I heard, Nolan, wake the fuck up. Okay?
Detail assistance.
Okay, let me stop that real quick. So let me see what y'all said over here. Right, they did not want the Coast Guard to come. Oh, let's see this. You know, we listened to the TMZ one, and I heard the same exact thing with the, no, wake the fuck up. And I heard that too. A splash also. That's the same place they found their body. Okay? The same place. Yep. I believe that they were on that boat partying. And they was doing DRUGS and drinking. He just tell sounds like he's drunk. been drinking. And I believe Nolan may have you know what I'm talking about, on something. And they didn't want to get in trouble. And they followed this little plan, put him all in that water so it can appear that he drowned. That's what I think. You heard of, I got to go back and listen because I don't know about that. I'm going to have to go back and listen. Okay, let me, hold on. No, I heard Nolan, shut the fuck up. Or wake the fuck up. He don't say don't shut the fuck up. He said wake the fuck up. He said Nolan. First I thought he said no. And then I listened to the way Trayston talk, and I realized, no, he said, the person said, Nolan, wake the fuck up. Of course, they were drunk. They didn't want the Coast Guard there. Of course. I'm gonna listen to him. Okay, let me go listen to that again. Hold on. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy listening to the Nolan, wake the fuck up. Hold on, let me go back over here.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Let's listen to this.
Hello?
And our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think
He
it's Jerry
said
Atkerson.
slow it down.
Try that.
Yeah, how you slow this shit down?
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed.
Let me see something.
I don't have the tag on
you
here.
have a
Let's see.
Sir, can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
When he says we're just sinking, we're going down now. I'm sorry, you guys. That does not sound like someone in a panic. Okay, they're scared that their boat is sinking. This dude says we're just sinking. We're going down now. It doesn't sound like he's in distress. Okay, it sounds like he's watching something else. Okay, you know how like you'll be talking about something and you are so preoccupied with whatever's going on over there that you just talk, and even if he was looking at something else, if it was actually like in if they actually thought they were about to sink, you would be able to still hear that in his voice, even if he was watching something else. Okay, ain't nobody gonna be like this if your boat is sinking. And he said the water was how much? 33 feet. There's no way he would be saying the boat is sinking. It's sinking now. Whatever he just said. The way he said it, it's just not no panicky there. He's not panicking. The people in the background are panicking.
The phone number it's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on
Unless
here.
you have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at
Let me go back some. So I'm gonna start with the
How
past.
far is give me a
Come, we have a membership.
all right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
He definitely
Can you
said,
give
"No,
me a
Lord,
description?
wake the
Ankle?
fuck up." He definitely said, "No, Lord, wake the fuck up." He's definitely saying that.
Sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
He
Can you
definitely
give me
said,
a
"Wake the
description?
fuck up." He's not saying shut the fuck up. He said, "Wake the fuck up." I didn't hear the splash, you guys. I was trying to hear it. I just don't hear the splash. But regardless of the splash, hearing the splash or not, I know he said, "Wake the fuck up." No lawn. Wake the fuck up. Period. You know what? I was asking everybody, what was that in the back over there? Okay. I think we were looking at the wrong thing. And you said that picture being put out, you can see Nolan's head on the deck of the boat. I think that's what he was showing us. Okay. Giving us clues because they definitely probably know more than they're telling us for sure. Okay. Let me see if I can pull that picture back up. Hold on. You said it makes no sense he decided to make the call to the tow company as some kind of alibi and allows people to yell all this stuff about Nolan as he does. The thing about it, I don't know if he called them for alibi or not. Okay. But I know one damn thing. I believe that something else happened on that boat, and I think Nolan was a part of it. Right. That's what they should have been calling. No. I said he doesn't sound like he's panicked in a panic situation. He does not sound like he's distressed. It doesn't sound like that. You're not going to be that calm. And I'm not the only one saying this. Almost everyone is saying this. Okay. If you're in a boat, Wet Seal, and you're telling dispatcher to tow people, whomever, that there's a lot of water coming in your boat and you're sinking, you're not going to be like, the boat's sinking. It's sinking now. You're not going to be like that. You're going to be like, the boat is sinking. Y'all need to come on over here. Come on out. Yeah, send the Coast Guard. Send them. Send some damn body because we're going to drown. That's how you're going to be. Okay? Not like, we're sinking now. Bring someone over. And when you are slightly intoxicated, you're going to be even more like in a panic. Okay? I've been around a bunch of people in panic situations, and no one is that damn calm like that. And then he's so distracted by something that's going on in the background, and we know it's not the water, because why don't you hear people in the background talking about that like that? You hear somebody saying, Nolan, wake the fuck up. They're not saying shut the fuck up. You don't hear S there. Just like I heard, bruh, it's a female who said that. Or bro, like she's trying to get the person to wake up. Bro, you know, like somebody shaking you, telling you to get up. No, he would not. No, he wouldn't. If you're trying to play off something, no, you would not be. You would not be. If you don't want someone to know that somebody is unalive, you're going to try to play it off and be calm. Okay? The people in the background are not calm, though. He did not have a high panic alert, nothing. Okay? Not at all. He didn't have it at all. He was more concerned about whatever is going on in that background, and it wasn't that leak, because if that boat was sinking like they claim, there's no damn way they would be standing there just like they were. You'd be hearing people saying, get some water. Get some buckets. Let's get this water off here. You'd be hearing all that type of shit. There'd be all types of commotion on that damn boat. Period. Don't deny the truth, Wet Seal, on everything. Don't deny the truth. The truth is what you just heard. Nolan, wake the fuck up. That's what you heard. Wake the fuck up. Not shut the fuck up. Okay. Now, what did y'all just tell me to go listen to besides that? Because we looked at that video right there before. And sometimes Red Seal, things are not, obvious. Okay. Now I'm not saying exactly they use it as an alibi. They could have, and they couldn't have. Remember, you're talking about kids. Okay, let's go over here and that call. Let me see where that's at. Hold on, let me go to my messages. I think it's over here. So they said that Nolan Wells' tip line number goes straight to Judge Ashley Cole. So let's listen to this.
Wait, does the Nolan Wells tip line go straight
What
to
is that?
Judge
Wait, hold on.
Ashley Cole? A
Hold on.
YouTuber that goes by
Wait, let me do it like this. What is the tip line number?
Wait, does the Nolan Wells tip line go straight to Judge Ashley Cole? A YouTuber that goes by Taylor House Publishing called the tip line number, and this is what they got.
Hi, you've reached the office of Judge Ashley Cole. Please leave your name, number, the case number, and a brief message at the sound of the beep, and we'll call you back as soon as we get a chance. Thank you. You cannot record a message for Margot Mills. This mailbox. Please leave your name, number, the case number, and a brief message at the sound of the beep, and we'll call you back as soon as we get a chance. Thank you. You cannot record a message for Margot Mills. This mailbox.
A woman answered and said, yada,
Cool.
yada.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't know why it's playing double on here, but why is it going to her stuff? Well, I tell you what. Hold on. I don't know why I was hearing that double like that. Let me see. Hold on, let me look on my phone and do something. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let's see what the actual tip line says. Well, I just took the damn picture. Hold on. Let me see. So there's the number. So Taylor House Publishing. We know who that is, don't we, Jermaine? Okay. Let's see. Let's call the number. So it's 228-769-3063.
Check the number and dial.
Okay, let me dial it again. Because I try to do it a different type of way. Hold on. Let me just dial it. Oh, this is not the tip line for Nolan Wells. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. So I just called the number. I don't know if you guys heard it. That same number, but it connects to the county sheriff's office. I think that's what she said, for Jackson County Sheriff's Department. So I don't know how they got that right there. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about in regards to that, because I just actually dialed the damn number. So maybe somebody mixed that shit up. I don't know, on social media. I don't know. Or maybe they changed it. Who knows? But I know I just called it a few seconds ago, and it actually rang to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office or Department or whatever the case is. Could y'all hear that? Let me see if y'all can hear that. Let me rewind on my phone. Let's see something. Let me see if y'all can hear that. Let me rewind on my phone. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if y'all can hear that phone call. This is what they got. It didn't pick it up, I don't think. But I called the number, okay? Well, when I just called, and I'm not gonna call again because when I the lady actually I guess whoever they answer the phone. Okay, so I called, and you guys can feel free to call. Just call it 228-769-3063 and see where that goes, because it just went to the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, and she answered the phone. The lady answered the phone and said, "What is?" I said, "Is this the Nolan Wells tip line?" She said, "No, this is the Jackson County Sheriff's Department." So what y'all got to say about that? You said they probably changed it. You said several CCs called content creators call live, and it went to the judge. Well, they must have changed it because it's not going there now. So Willie D called it too. So they changed that. So the thing is this right here. It's a good thing that they recorded that, because I do understand that people can change stuff. Because when I was covering JVL McGee's case almost 2 years ago, and thank God that I recorded and I downloaded it on my phone. No, actually I didn't. I recorded it. So we went back to the video or something, and they had changed it. So it's a good thing that they recorded this the right way, because when I recorded it, I just downloaded it. And when you change anything and it's downloaded, it changes on your download copy too. That's crazy, but it does. So it's a good thing they did this like this, because when I just called them, and I wish it would have picked up, I thought you guys could hear me. She just said it's the sheriff's office, Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Let me see. Y'all can hear it, could y'all? Because I don't hear it. So I just called the number. I don't know if you guys heard it. That same number, but now it connects to. Oh, you can hear it. See? The Nolan Wells. Okay, thank you. You can hear her very faintly. I'm talking to her. You can hear it somewhat. So if you rewind back, you can hear her. Wait a minute. If you rewind that back, you can hear her. She's saying this is the Sheriff's Department, Jackson County Sheriff's Department. So they must have went in there and changed it. Okay, that's crazy. Didn't go to the judge tonight. So they must have changed it. Need to tip them on Tata. We heard it. Okay, cool. That's tripped out. So if Willie D called, I believe him. I'm gonna just tell you that straight up because I watch Willie D. Okay. So they must have went in there and changed it. That's something else. But the thing is, they have it on what's the name? So let me see if I can find the thing on here so we can hear it on here. Hold on. Because when I played over here, it was like playing two different audios together of the same person. Let me just type in Nolan Wells tip line number, go straight to Judge Ashley Cole. Wait a minute. Now make sure y'all thumbs up, okay? Let's see. So here it is. Let's look at Willie Lee. He calling it. Let me see if that's the same number. Yeah, it's the same number. 769. They done changed it, y'all.
Hi, you've reached the office of Judge Ashley Cole. Please leave your name, number, the case number, and a brief message at the sound of the beep, and we'll call you back as soon as we get a chance. Thank you. You cannot record a message for Margot Mills. This mailbox is full. Hello, Cisco Unity Connection Messaging System. From a touch-tone telephone, you may dial an extension at any time. For a directory of extensions, press 4.
I just dialed the number And this is the same number that is listed. Okay, just to show you proof. This is Judge Ashley Cole, P.O. Box 998, Pascagoula, 39. That looks like the same number as the sheriff's department. Is there some type of mix-up? Maybe there's a mix-up. It's got to be a mix-up, man, because ain't no way these people are that bold.
Right.
It's the same number as the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, 228-769 3036. 228-769-3036 is the same number.
The same number, just switched around.
Ashley Cole's. Number.
The tip line is 3063. That's what, that is. Okay.
About to dial. So I saw this number somewhere and I dialed this number, and this is supposed to be the sheriff's tip line.
Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, is this the tip line for Nolan Wells?
Yes.
Yeah. So I called another number, a 36 number, and it took me to Judge Ashley Cole's voicemail. Are y'all aware of is there some type of mix-up or whatever? Are y'all all interconnected?
What number did you call when that happened?
So the number on this phone, okay, I got it right here. Look. So the number right here, 228-769-3036, is a different last two digits, okay? The last two digits are different, right? Okay. The tip line number is 228-769-3063. So if you I call 228-769-3063. And then I don't know what they're doing. Okay, because when I called the 3063 tonight, it went right to the department, the sheriff's department. So he called this same number right here, right now. When he called this number now, right? Is that right? This number right here went to Judge Cole's number, right? And then later on, when he called
voicemail,
that's a different number.
Are y'all aware of is there some type of mix-up or whatever? Are y'all all interconnected?
That's the same number I called is 63. So I don't know. Is this a mistake or what? Because the two last digits are different. So again, I don't know if this is a mistake or what. But I think when people were calling the number originally, I believe they were calling the one that's 3036, and that's why that goes to Ashley number. Okay, Judge Ashley number. But if you call the 3063, that goes to the Jackson County Sheriff Department. But the thing is, that's really crazy is why would they have similar numbers? Because people will make a mistake and they will leave the tip at the other number possibly. Was that done by design or what? Okay. So that's what I think happened there. The last two digits are different, but the rest of the number is the same. So people were calling the 3036 number first, okay, and that number went to the judge's, it went to the judge, and then the 63 number goes to the Jackson County Sheriff Department. Okay, so what y'all think? So that's what I think. I can even call the number and hopefully it don't ring back to the same place. So let me see. So the first number I called was the 63. If you call this number, 228. I can't read this shit. Hold on. Let me do it like this. 228, and they also got a 188 number there too. Okay, 769 3036 is going to go to her number, I believe. Let's see.
First, the office of Judge Ashley Cole. Please leave your name.
So that's it. Okay, so the thing is, y'all just made a mistake. So the thing is this right here. The 22, you always got the little here on Shades too. Okay, that's why y'all need to watch me. The 228-769-3036 number is Judge Ashley Cole's number. The 228-769-3063 is the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Now, why they did a tip line that's similar to the judge's line, I don't know. I don't know if that was done on purpose or it was just a coincidence. Okay? Because somebody can easily call 228-769-3036, thinking they're dialing 3063 and leave the tips on her line. Okay? So I don't know why that was, the numbers are closely, like almost the same. Okay? So we just figured it out right there. There you go. So that's no mystery. The mystery is why numbers are so similar until you get to the last two digits. All right? That's why Willie D, I guess he noticed that toward the end and stuff. So what y'all got to say about that? Okay. While y'all think about that, let's go ahead and go to the next part. So they got to make sure they be checking stuff all the way out. It's not that his tip line, that Nolan Wells tip line, goes straight to Judge Ashley Cole. Is that they have similar numbers. Only the last two digits are different. And I'm like I said, I don't know if that's by design or it's just a coincidence. Pretty weird. It's pretty strange. And that's what's strange. You heard it first over here. Anyway, let's go ahead and look up something else that y'all was telling me to look up. I can't remember what it was. Damn, what did y'all tell me to look up? Somebody tell me in the chat because I don't forget what it was. Y'all got me calling these people and shit from my phone and shit. What's wrong with y'all? What's up, CJ the Cat? Thank you so much for being here. Thanks to everybody for being here. Don't forget to hit those thumbs up, okay, y'all? Subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment. Whether you believe these kids did something or not. And we're not accusing, okay? We're saying what we think, okay? Allegedly, this is what we think. So they got a lot of this right here is misinformation right here, and I wish somebody else would have called it, but they didn't. Okay, but I'm gonna put it up. It's not the same. I mean, it's the same number from the beginning to all the way to the end, but it's not the same at the 6-3, and then you got the 3-6. 3-6 is the judge number. 6-3 is the tip line, and it's still there for Nolan Wells. It goes straight to the sheriff's office. See, that's what makes people look a little slow when y'all get up here. That's why you got to investigate stuff.
Good morning, baby.
Wait a minute, that's why you got to investigate stuff all the way through. Okay? Now, something else y'all was telling me, God, it was something I can't remember what it was. How long we been on this live? Let me see. Okay. It was something else that y'all was telling me to look up, which is way back here. Now, y'all was down in the other number, okay? What'd you say? Okay, Okay, so I'm trying to see what y'all tell me to do. Hold on, I'm trying to go back and look and see. Hold on, y'all, for 1 second. So you said Christian. Oh, okay. Why y'all always think that not Trump, Trump has a narrative where he's just out for money? I don't believe that. Listen, let me say this again. Anytime someone's child gets unalived or whatever the case is, anytime someone's child ends up being unalived, it is the parents' right to try to find out what happened. Okay? If they don't believe the story that's going on. You gotta think about it. If this was your child, would you just wash your hands to the whole thing and say, oh yeah, he drowned? But yet you're hearing weird ass stuff. You know your daggone son would not leave his phone. You know that because you know your son better than any of his friends. And certainly better than any damn content creator or any news organization or anyone. So you know your son would not leave his phone. Then you are told that nobody saw your son after basically 4 or 6 o'clock on the island, and then he comes up on a live, but nobody saw anything. You know good and damn well as a parent, you're not going to sit there and listen to that foolishness, because I would be out there trying to figure out what happened to my damn son. And I'm going to say this again. This is why I find it very hard to believe when they found out that this kid was missing or he didn't come back, why they did not get in that damn, at least get on the phone and call the police, the Coast Guard or whatever. But I would have got back in that damn boat and went to that island to look for my friend and see if he's there. Did something happen? So there's too many things, that's weird. And that's why his parents are checking out everything. And as a parent, you're supposed to do that. You don't sit there and just take this shit what these people are saying. You don't take that. So if y'all don't understand that, then it's just, I hope you don't get in a situation where your kids end up being unalive. They go on a trip with their friends and they don't come back. Of course they would have, just like they have done so many other cases. If that was my son, Deshaun, first and foremost, I'd be in jail. Okay, let me just put it like that. Okay, but aside from that, I would be trying to find out what happened to my son. But I would be in a jail with a felony. I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. A bunch of felonies, okay? We already, the rest still, do you be listening? I already handled that. Okay, forget that damn video audio I just showed you. I just told you that they mixed up the last 2 digits of the phone number. The 36 digit goes out to the judge. The 63 number is the correct number to call the tip hotline for Nolan Wells. That's it. They just mixed up the numbers. They have a number right now that I call. I'm trying to think what it is. I'll be calling trying to find out about my credit card. Okay? The numbers are similar, but a couple of digits are not the same. Like 2 digits are not the same. So every time I call that number, sometimes I call the other number. And so one day somebody finally answered the phone. It was like, yeah, they've been getting calls like this. They get calls like this all day because the numbers are so similar. So that's the same thing they're doing there. Okay? And then somebody might have known this and just put it up like that to trick people. In which if y'all doing that, y'all need to stop that shit on everything. You need to stop that shit because you're messing up everything for people who are really trying to figure out what happened to this kid. Don't do that stupid shit. Because you're going to always have a content creator like me that's going to investigate every single damn thing that I can, just like I just did. You know, the last numbers are the last 2 digits are different. 36 is to the judge office. 63 is the sheriff's office to provide a tip if you know anything about this. So Trayston or whomever else, if y'all know anything about this situation, because if you don't say anything, it's going to hunt you for the rest of your life. When you get old as hell, you'll be still thinking about this. You don't want to be hunted by this for the rest of your life. If it was an accident, which I believe it was, honestly, I don't believe the way when I listened to that boat stuff, and I heard that dude say, "Nolan, wake the fuck up." If that's true right there, why would you be saying, if you did this on purpose, why would you be saying, "Nolan, wake the fuck up"? You would be saying that, okay? Because you did it on purpose. You don't give a damn. So I honestly think if something did happen, besides him just drowning, I believe that they was probably getting, effed up on something, and Nolan got a bad whatever, or he tried something he shouldn't have been trying, and something happened, and they panicked, didn't know what to do. And at the same time, the boat could have been leaking then, okay? It could have been leaking then, getting water or whatever the hell, get water into it, and that could have been happening all at the same time. That's why you hear the commotion in the back about it seemed like they trying to wake somebody up or whatever the case is. And then you got Trayston over here, trying to talk to the lady on the phone about the boat leak. But at the same time, he's looking over there to make sure Nolan is not alive. And that's what it sounds like to me. And if that's the case, then that sounds like that's probably a mistake, something that was not allegedly something that was not done on purpose. That's what I think, and I could be wrong. This is just what I think. So he may have did that, and I can't wait till the toxicology reports come back, because if those reports indicate that he has something like that in his system, and if they do more investigation, they may uncover that like that. Who knows? And we don't know what the police have in the first place, because they're not releasing anything. And they just sealed up the autopsy report, so we're not going to be getting that. So to me, that indicates they found some information. And I could be wrong because I'm not an investigator or anything like that. But it does indicate to me that something more could be going on. They may have other information because they don't want it to get out. They don't want us to see their autopsy report, because it may jeopardize their case, their investigation. Okay, so that could mean many different things. As a matter of fact, let's look that up. Why would they? This damn food look good as hell. Why that I ate today? Why would they seal the autopsy report? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, hold on. They're trying to keep, they say, because they may be trying to keep the cost and the manner of the unaliving available to all. Okay. And it's also to protect minors in cases where a criminal conviction was secured. Let's see what else they got. Also, if it has forensic value. Any evidence or whatever the case is. Like I said, I believe they, like I said before, I believe that whatever they reveal in an autopsy report, it may indicate, excuse me, y'all, it may indicate something more than what we think it. I mean, I think it is a homicide or, a mistake, a mistake or, accident. That's what I'm trying to say. Not no accident or drunkenness, but, an accident involving taking something. So you just never know. Something may indicate something like that. Because remember, they have the throat, that whole cavity and everything. They have the lungs and all of that stuff, all of the research, not the research, they have all of the data from the autopsy report that they did of those organs and stuff like that. And we can't see it. We don't have it. Even when they did the other autopsy, they did not have that. They got the tissues, all that stuff. So they probably already know some things and they do not want it to get out in the public. Especially if somebody else is responsible for this. They don't want them to know certain things. Especially letting YouTubers get a hold of it. Because, some YouTubers are going to content creators, whether they're on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, they're going to be doing the most. And you can jeopardize the case if you do all of that. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the tow call? Okay. I know that's right. The thing about it, if that autopsy, unless they are trying to cover it up as a whole, if that autopsy indicates that, excuse me, y'all, he was unalive before he went in that water, we already, you know what, they will already know that it's a homicide, okay? Because they can tell if he was unalive before he hit that water, okay? Or if he has, when that toxicology report comes back and it has drugs in the system, especially something like the F stuff, then you would know pretty much what, you can almost sum up what happened. But more importantly, because they don't have that yet, the autopsy report, if that shows that he was unalive, like I said before, when he hit that water, that pretty much wraps it up too. Because how the hell would he drown if he was already unalive before he even hit the water? Or if he has, they claim they didn't see anything on him. I think they said they didn't suspect no signs of foul play. Suspect, that doesn't mean that there isn't any signs of it once they examine everything and really look at it. Like the throat, the contents of his stomach, his lungs, all of that. You said, I think they are responsible for Nolan's unaliving, but I doubt they would ever be prosecuted for it. Probably won't. And even if they were, if I were a juror there, there's so much reasonable doubt that couldn't convict them. So it is what it is. You using my words. Why you say it's a reasonable doubt? Explain that. Why do you keep on talking about the same thing? We are past that right now. That's over with now. We're on something else right now. So what was the reasonable doubt you're talking about, Jermaine? The thing about it, if it's a D overdose, okay, I think they could get down to the bottom of it if they're not trying to cover it up, okay? If something else transpired that unalived him before he got into the water, of course they will have to get evidence to who could have possibly done that, by looking at everything. I don't know if they would be able to find that out, especially with everybody trying to conceal everything. But if he took something, I don't see how they couldn't get a conviction with that. Because, like, who was that celeb who took that stuff and passed on? I forgot who it was, but they eventually convicted all of those people. So let's see. In my last post, I just told you about what the second voice said that you don't know about. Put it right there again. There's reasonable doubt because we don't even know if Nolan got on the boat or stayed on the island. Okay. So if he had drugs in the system. Okay, I see what you're saying right there. But okay. If they're not trying to cover that up, right, and just say he had an old that a good cop is going to interrogate people in those rooms, okay? And they're going to trick them up to make them start talking. All right? That's what good cops and fair cops do. You're not just going to brush that off. Because if he took something, who was he taking it with? Where did he get this from? Okay? Where was he at when he took it? Because clearly he had to be on land or on a boat or somewhere, because he damn sure went in the water when he was doing it. So, I mean, I don't see how they could, how they would not be investigating that. Now, covering up, that's a whole different story. That's what I'm talking about, if you question everybody, interrogate everyone, especially Katie, and whomever else who was on that boat, Trayston. Because let me tell you something. When you put people in a room by themselves and you start tricking them up, telling them that their friend told certain things, they're going to get scared and they're going to start talking. That's why if you do anything, you better do it by yourself. Don't be including anybody else in it, because they always do those type of tactics. Y'all know my son is a police officer, right? Yeah. And I got some police officers in my family too, other police officers, like my uncle-in-law, I guess is what you call him. He's some type of law enforcement officer too. And I'm telling you, they be doing that stuff. And when I went to school for law at first, they was telling us some things that they do. They will trick you up if they really think that you played a role in this, even if you didn't, if you know anything. But like I said, since it's there and they all know each other and tight knit, I don't know, because it could be, covered up, like y'all said. Oh, I said it's a female person on that boat as well. I heard the female say bruh or bro. And if there is a female person on that boat, that could possibly be who? Who do y'all think that could possibly be? And if that's who I'm thinking, okay, so just say he did take something. Well, that's who you would bring into the interrogation room. Because only certain females won't say shit. But if you say the right things, your ass going to prison for accessory to something or whatever charges that person can get. They're going to start talking. You said Kristen may have been mad at Trayston because Crump had said the fight voice was Nolan saying, "Give me my phone." And Tristan said, "No, that was him. It messed up Crump's narrative." Okay. I don't know if she was or not. I don't know. The thing is this right here. This young man lost his life, Nolan. And they do need to find out what happened. Because if it was my son, just like if it was your son, you would want to find out the truth. I don't believe he just went out there and drowned. I just don't believe that. If they all would have went out there and tried to look for him, show more remorse, and just act like people act when their friends get unalive or end up unalive, then maybe, people wouldn't be saying, they think they have something to do with it. I don't know if they do or not. I'm just thinking, you know what I'm saying? Thinking here on this live. That's what this whole discussion is about. Just to discuss what we think, you know. But I know one day I'm thinking I don't believe that he just went out in that water. Because why would he be out in the water at nighttime? Just out there by himself, like a whole weirdo. And if he was sloppy drunk and somebody see him walking around, they should have, intervened. You had grown people out there. I don't know. Forget Crump. Shit. So the whole thing for me is just plainly weird. The whole entire thing. Even what that dude's interview. Why keep on doing these interviews in the first place? You can't convince somebody of shit. If they think that you are a part of it, they're going to keep on thinking that you are a part of it. Period. Let's see what y'all said here. You said shit is done. He is a civil rights attorney. Y'all act like Nolan's parents were going to get a thorough investigation without seeking help. I don't know why they don't think that they don't deserve to, have this case investigated to make sure, that their son was not unalived by somebody or at the hands of someone else. Period. They don't believe he just drowned. Okay, I don't believe it. I don't even know the kid. I don't believe it. You still like that? You know what state doesn't have a narrative? Get the F out of here. Okay. But I guess one good thing is that they sealed that record. Okay. Sealed the autopsy report from the public, right? So that may indicate that they know or believe something else more was done. They're not going to tell us because if they know something, they don't want the people who they think or know is responsible for it to know. We'll see. And or either they just may be waiting on a toxicology report as well. Who knows? The effing sheriff looked at Nolan floating in the water. And before he knew what happened, he said no foul play. Right. And everybody is talking about that. That's crazy. What kind of shit is that? How he knows it wasn't any foul play without checking and making sure. Then I heard another ridiculous story, but I'm not going to tell you guys that theory. It was a hot ass mess. I want to know why they be all hugged up. It's not the boys. I mean, it's a lot of wild theories out there and stuff. But I don't know. This whole entire thing is weird. These interviews are weird to me. Their body language is weird. Because me, if I was at the interview with that dude, I would just be sitting straight up and just answer the questions. That's it. Show some remorse. And I'm not even going to even attack his mom because it's simple as this right here. I parked my car in the yard. I said hey to his mom a couple times. You know, he did go on to further explain that he did not meet Nolan when he was a young kid. So maybe that's what the mom was talking about. He did say something similar to that. So he did, Tristan did acknowledge that. And do I think Tristan actually played a role in that? I don't know. I basically thought no, but he could know something, but I don't know for sure. Oh, I know which one I wanted to show. I wanted to show Javon and his mom doing that interview real quick. Crump, make these. Okay. Y'all be tripping. Anyway, let me go over here to what's the name thing? Hey Jermaine. Oh, forget it. Okay, let me put this up here. Y'all, it made me forget what I was going to put up here. Oh, Javion's mom. Okay, hold on. Javon. I keep on saying Javion because I'm so used to saying Javion McGee, the dude who got unalived. They claim he committed the S word. We just don't believe that either. I'm about to put his name up here. Okay, Javon. And what's his mom's name? I can't remember her name. Well, that was an interview or more like a talk. I don't know. Here they go right here, right? Okay. Let's do this. Jaylene and Javon. Okay.
Okay, look at the background of these images. Now, Nolan Wells' parents had an interview on, I think, Tuesday of this week in this kitchen with the same background as 3 days later, Javon Williams and his mom's interview. Here we go. Look, I'm going to zoom in. Same TV, same fireplace ledge, same black fan, same little palm tree in the left corner. I just think it's weird. And Christine was on this call as well in another room, it looked like in the one that Javon.
Okay. I mean, big deal. Let's go. I want to see the actual interview with her talking. Is this it right here?
Do you recall seeing him at all that day?
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
You know, this friend of his, Tristan, also told ABC.
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
She did nudge him. She did nudge him if that's a real thing there. Let's see.
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
Why she nudged him like that? Hold on.
Do you recall seeing him at all that day?
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
You know, this friend of his, Tristan, also told ABC that video people have been talking about that was said to show some sort of altercation, it did not involve Nolan. He said it was actually him yelling in the video and that you and a family member were holding him back because he'd been in a fight. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am. We were calming Tristan down. In that video where he said, "Give me my effing phone back," it sounds like him. So I'm pretty sure that he was right on that, but
What? What? Oh.
He was right on that back. It sounds like him. So I'm pretty sure that he was right on that, but
I said Javon did it. Okay. Just never know. Her name, Tashima. Okay. A lot of people talking about Javon too, so I don't know. That's Javon. Oh, hold on, let's see.
But is that Nolan in the video?
I can't tell. It's too far away, but in that video, I feel like the voices are too clear, like from the side. It's too clear for it to be that far away, for it to be Nolan arguing. And then also that altercation, it sounds just like my other friend that got into the altercation on the boat. And they were trying to, like, as he was in that altercation, I was calming him down. They were trying to get him out off the island. They were trying to get him back to land because he was just losing it. So
describe that. That's kind of interesting. What was that about?
He was just very hostile. Like he was just like really like mad. Like they were just trying to, like, the parents on that boat were trying to get him out.
I'm curious if the police have.
And Nolan calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. Called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat.
What?
And they were screaming.
What? Hold on. What the hell did he just say? Hold on, let's go back.
Is that Nolan in the video?
I can't tell. It's too far away. But in that video, I feel like the voices are too clear, like from the side. It's too clear for it to be that far away, for it to be Nolan arguing. And then also that altercation, it sounds just like my other friend that got into the altercation on the boat. And they were trying to, like, as he was in that altercation, I was calming him down. They were trying to get him out off the island. They were trying to get him back to land because he was just losing it. So
describe that. That's kind of interesting. What was that about?
He was just very hostile. Like he was just like really like mad. Like they were just trying to, like, the parents on that boat were trying to get him out.
I'm curious if the police have.
And Nolan calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. Called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat. And they were screaming. I turned my head and I was like, yo, there's a spot over there. Where they end up anchoring out. I helped them set their stern anchor. From the time they showed up until now, going back to it, 20 minutes before they left, I was with them. That's who I was with. I spent all day with them, minus the morning time before we met. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him, us joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing.
You know what? If he said that Nolan and Katie were together, right? Okay. If they were walking back toward the boat, and I just said, along with where Still said the same thing, we heard a female voice on that boat.
Because I think people need to understand this a little clearer.
Yeah.
Was it typical for people to have their phones left on boats, or did they keep their phones in the water? Or?
Yeah. I mean, every
death gifts, I would say.
Off the island, you have cell coverage, and even on the island, like I called my mom when we were on the island. You know, it was fine. Like we had, you know, enough cell coverage to make a phone call or shoot a text over. But
so here we go. Remember we was talking about the cell phone coverage. Y'all talking about you didn't have no cell phone coverage on the island. He just said you can at times. It comes in spotty. Remember when I was telling you guys it's similar to being in the mountains? In the mountains, you basically don't get cell phone coverage, but it comes in and out. And that's why you still want to bring your phone with you. So why are they trying to sound like later on that Nolan left his phone? Because you really don't get no cell phone coverage anyway, but yet this dude here is saying that you can get cell phone coverage on the island. It's just spotty. Let's listen to that again.
I do everything in my power to help now. And that's why,
you know, it was fine. Like we had, you know, enough cell coverage to make a phone call or shoot a text over, but you don't have enough cell coverage to like send a picture, for example. So what?
So I want to go back.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I want to touch on that real quick because the phone thing came up at some point. And so was it when you guys got off the boat?
Yeah.
I mean, were people taking their phones off the boat?
Oh, I know.
Or is that not typical? Because I know that Nolan's phone was left on the boat.
Right.
Even though, after you guys had left. So can you explain that? Because I think people need to understand this a little clearer.
Yeah.
Was it typical for people to have their phones left on boats, or did they keep their phones in the water? Or?
Yeah. I mean, everybody kind of goes out to the island to get away from, their phones and everything else. I know I got on the boat to get away from, just the regular world. And no, when you're waist deep in water, no one's carrying their phone in their hand, especially at Horn Island. The water has been very, very murky because of the rain. And when it's just very risky. If you're going to have your phone in the water, the last time I saw Nolan was 3:00, and Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie, Katie. And Katie, Nolan was sitting there, and the last time I saw him, I looked at Nolan, and Nolan was like shaking his head, laughing. And I was like, dude, you crazy. I was like, just joking with him. And, but anyway, Nolan, that was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving, obviously no one is getting left at the island that came with us unless they demanded to, be there and asked, this is a very common thing at Horn Island. When you're out there, a lot of people ride out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times. It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but
I do not believe him. Okay.
It's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. And like he said,
how many people heard that? Were there just,
at least
just a
5
few, or?
Everyone that was on.
So listen, the picture that we seen on the boat looks like Nolan, and y'all said it was fake, was holding Katie. How y'all know that picture's not real? He just said that Nolan was cradling Katie. Okay. He last saw Nolan at 3. Katie claimed the last time she saw Nolan was 3, and she assumed he was heading back to the boat to go back with the people he came with. Somebody is lying, okay? So the altercation, like you said, Jay, was at 3:30. And then they said the boat was having a problem, okay? So that was why they was trying to get ready to go. Something happened between that time, okay? The boat probably was having problems. That's why they called. But at the same time, something happened with Nolan. Something happened with Nolan, okay, around that time.
Our boat right there, because the Palm Beach had already left. My buddy went ahead and went home on the Palm Beach, and 3 guys on the way back. And Nolan wasn't the only person to ride out there with us and in with somebody else. I mean, we had multiple people in our group that rode out with us and rode in on someone else's boat. And that, like I said, that's not an uncommon thing to do. I mean, a lot of people do that. I could name probably 50 people out there that day that ran out with some of our, we're not focused on anything else other than the boat. Well, then eventually my buddy Bart on the tide line is like, I'm going to pull y'all out to where we're out of all this, all this chaos. Because we left at 4:30 and there were still just as many people there, if not more than when we got there. I mean, probably around the same amount. I mean, it was crazy. Like there was a lot of people. And eventually Bart pulls us out. We left at 4:30, but we really weren't pulled out away from everybody. We were probably about a quarter mile out, and we had the towing strap pulled from, Bart's port side cleat or starboard side cleat, and he was on our starboard side bow. And so it was rubbing on his power pole. So Bart turned around, pulled up next to our boat, and we were just trying to get it situated. So that's when Wyatt called Cito. And Wyatt was like, calls him, because the cell service isn't great at the island, but once you can use your phone, but stuff might not just send. And it's not great. You got maybe one bar, it won't work that well. But when you just left him there, my friends just left him there, Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard the girl that he was with, Katie, had text somebody that she heard people yelling
correct
for Nolan to get on it. Is that true?
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking and everybody's texting Katie, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, this is the last time I saw him, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat. And she was right there to see that Nolan decided not to.
Yeah, and so you guys get in the boat.
Okay, so where the hell did he go then? So she stood there and she watched the dude yell at him, tell me to get on the boat. And he did not get on the boat. So why didn't she call him back over there to her to see what was up? And so she just took off and started walking wherever she had to go, and I stayed around to see what was up like most people would do. It's a bunch of lies going around here.
You start to get towed in and you make it back. Now explain how did you get to the point where you were concerned about Nolan? Because obviously you said, hey, Nolan, y'all need to, or somebody, not
when
you,
did I get
but
to that point?
You guys had made mention Nolan need to get on a boat.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
You guys get back to wherever you're going.
Right.
Explain that. Did you guys go back to somebody's house, or you guys like what happened there? And then when did you feel like, well, wait a minute, where's Nolan?
Right. Okay. Well, running in was very chaotic. Nolan chose to stay on the island, so my focus wasn't on anything else other than the boat, because
you know what? I'm beginning to think that Katie is too, Jermaine. You said all of them lying. And you said, Jay, I thought Warren made the call. These people, man, I believe that too. Because if she was hugged up, cradled, he had her cradled, okay, how the hell is she saying that at 3 o'clock, that was it? She didn't see him no more after that, and that she assumed that he went back to the boat to leave back with the friends he came with. And then this dude right here is saying something a little bit different.
If the boat doesn't get in, then no one gets in. I don't want to sink out there on my buddy's boat, and no one does. But my buddy Wyatt jumped out and pulled the plug on the boat once we kind of got out there, because he got the motor to trim down. And the motor trimmed down. My buddy Wyatt pulled the plug, and we planed off. We moved all the way to the front of the boat so we could plane off. And eventually we planed off, and the boat was running. So when you're planed off and you have water in the boat and you're hauling, we're going pretty fast. We're going probably 40, 42 miles an hour. And so all that excess water that was built up in the boat is coming out of the boat. So, that's what we had to do. So we ran into Fort Bayou, and we didn't just run straight up my buddy's grandparents' house. We ran into Fort Bayou. A couple of us jumped in the water. And
that's what I was trying to figure out, Jay. I should get all the information. And how did they get the number to text her?
The whole reason for the stop was so Wyatt could hop in and put the plug back in the boat. So then after that, we went and docked it, and I went back to my buddy's house, and we ate and napped for a little bit. It was a long day at the island, so we were all tired. And eventually we go over to a girlfriend of mine. She was having people over for 4th of July. We were doing like fireworks and stuff, so we all went over there to swim and hang out.
They did all of this while Nolan was still not around.
And I was talking.
This infamous picture that I've seen online of Nolan in the water in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Where is this picture associated with? Because you said you guys went back to swim. Nolan wasn't with you.
Yeah.
So where is this picture at? Like, what is it? What's the context around that picture that's been floating?
That picture is taken on June 27th, a week before the 4th of July. We all went to a friend of ours in Pass Christian.
So Trayston and Javon already knew Katie. Nolan didn't. Okay, thanks for clarifying that, West Seal.
We have a lot of friends from Bay St. Louis, Pass Christian. We all went over there to hang out, and
And Nolan was in that picture.
Nolan was in that picture, and if you look in the picture, my arm is around Nolan in that picture. And I mean, that was a week before the 4th of July, so that picture is not associated within even the same. I mean, that was like a week before, so yeah.
So you guys are now at swimming and having a good time at a lady friend's house.
Right. I never got to the pool. I talked to her dad for a while, and I mean, all my friends were downstairs. I went upstairs, talked to her dad. We were talking about boats and stuff, and I've been with my friends all day. I was just talking to everybody, but
so you talked to the young lady's dad, and then how long was it before you realized, or you guys realized that, where's Nolan at?
I mean, I went back downstairs, and all my friends were just hanging out, and my buddy Wyatt had addressed, talking about Nolan, and I was like, well, where is Nolan? Have y'all heard from him? And he was like, no, we haven't. And I was like, okay, well, it's a little concerning. Like, I mean, I'm not freaking out or anything, but like, I'm trying to find out where Nolan is. So I texted Javon, and I was like, hey, and also a couple other buddies that I had at the island. I was like, hey, have y'all seen Nolan? Did he ride in with y'all? And all the buddies were like, no. Well, I texted Javon, and I was like, hey, can you send me Miss Christine's number? Because I haven't heard from Nolan. And if she hasn't heard from Nolan, then I'm calling the Coast Guard. And so eventually Javon sends me her number.
Who is her? That's
Miss Christine.
Miss Christine.
Yeah.
But is that Nolan in the video?
I can't.
So, okay. Javon. Not Javon, but Javon. I remember I found it out yesterday. I forgot to tell you guys. Anyway, man, I don't know what to say. You said yes. If Katie was there, like Warren claims, and if he heard him say he was staying, not going back, it contradicts what her relative Gracie said. She said, and that she expected him to. Right, that's what I just said. They definitely did. This is weird. So now I'm beginning to believe that Katie may have she may play a role in this as well. Just like you said, Jermaine, this is a hot ass mess. All these, like, I know good and damn well the police know that this is some, these people are contradicting each other and things of that nature. Now, the guy that we just got through listening to, okay, y'all think he has something to do with
Nolan was in that picture, and if you look in the picture, my arm is around Nolan in that picture.
He seems like he's telling the truth in this, if you ask me. I don't know for sure. It just seems like he is. Or he's just a good actor. Some people say his body language, but, I don't know.
And I mean, that was a week before the 4th of July, so that picture is not associated within even the same. I mean, that was like a week before, so yeah.
So you guys are now at swimming and having a good time at a lady friend's house.
Right. I never got to the pool. I talked to her dad for a while, and I mean, all my friends were downstairs. I went upstairs, talked to her dad. We were talking about boats and stuff, and
think about it. If Nolan has not came, and I don't know what time it was by this time this dude is saying all this, they're doing all this stuff. It just seems like to me, you would think they would be alarmed, okay? But instead, they are enjoying the holidays, and this dude has not appeared. And for me, that would have sent, alarm bells off inside my head. And I would be like, where's Nolan? And I would basically, because he didn't have his phone, so he would have to go out there to check at the island if he's still there, especially if he was drinking. And for them not to really act like they was concerned about it, he just said he wasn't really like a concern because I guess he thought he was hanging with Katie, allegedly, and he's okay. You said one thing about this is there may be no public Katie statement, just Gracie saying what she thought right. Now, I don't know if Katie spoke with the police. They said she was cooperating. So, the police may have a lot of stuff. We just don't know. Yeah, I think he's mixing up. I agree, Jay. He's mixing the lies with the truth. Okay? Like, for example, the part where he says that, no concern. I mean, I think he's telling the truth about that. But if they actually did something to Nolan on the boat, then he would probably know about this probably, right? And so therefore he'd be in on the cover up, point blank, because he would be concealing stuff if this is all true, what we're thinking. This is a trip, man. Okay, let's see what else we got. We just watched a lot of his stuff, so. Let's see what
Ladies and gentlemen, I've talked to Javon Williams' mother to get some clarifications of the TMZ situation because we wanted to know why he took that interview and why he went on TMZ. And this was something that if you joined my live last night, you know that me and her had two heated arguments, quick arguments on live last night. And but we did speak this morning and we got some clarification and cool heads prevailed. So we will be live tonight, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Talking That. Then you can come on my TikTok, the lady that I spoke to this morning that, gave me what's going on. But just from Talking That Ish with Jay, waiting to hear back from
I thought he was going to play the damn video of her shit. And that's another thing, too. Forgot all about that, about the phone not having anything there. So why did they delete that? If they deleted, because the mom believes that his stuff was deleted. So what happened to his? Because before they got there, because they was doing stuff before they went, right? He probably took pictures. And stuff. That's tripped out, y'all. It's just a lot of stuff. Let me see what else they got here. So what else y'all got to say before we get out of here for the day? We're going to zoom on with this later on tonight when I come back for my Monday night owl live. It's just a lot of stuff. Yeah, he was pretty tall. So we saw that. I'm just looking through here, see what else we got. Let me hear her what she said about these phone things real quick.
The boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. Like it had, I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. Like I'm not, he's like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
And then this video of this, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What do you
know? That's not him. At least that's what they claim anyway. The thing is, though, I still say, as far as that phone, ain't nobody leaving their damn phone. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Hell, even if they get in the water, shit, let's keep it real. They get in the water, they leave their phone with somebody on land. Okay, let's keep it real. Because like I told you, I've been to the beach many times, and I have always had my phone. When I got in the water, I don't even know what the hell I did with my phone when I got in the water. But I had my phone with me because I took pictures out there. So maybe one of the kids didn't get in at the same time I got in, and they held my phone. And then I did the same thing with theirs. Okay. And I remember being out at Malibu Beach. We was just standing on the shore. The waves was coming in because I made jokes about dropping my phone. I had my phone in my hand. So the thing is he's not going to get in the water with the phone, obviously. But if he knew anybody out there, they claim, people knew each other. Not everybody, but, and he was there with Katie and whomever else. So I just don't see him leaving his phone on that boat. I just don't see it. Because what if you want to take pictures and stuff like that? He just hooked up with Katie, allegedly. So you would think he wants to take a picture or two with her. So this is a hot ass mess, and I cannot wait to see what's gonna come up later on today. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be talking about Tracy's interview, and I'm still trying to figure out why she nudged her son and stuff. I guess because he was saying stuff or about to say stuff that he shouldn't be saying. I don't know, but she certainly did nudge him a little bit and then started looking down. So I don't know. This is a lot of weird stuff. All right. So anyway, we are getting ready to get out of here, you guys. I've been on here for 2 hours and 43 minutes. Thank you guys so much for being here. Put y'all last comments in the comment section, and then I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go ahead and put those in there. Thank you, Wes Seal, Jay Glover, Glover. What's up, young Riz? Thank you so much for stopping through. Happy and blessed Monday to you, hon. Jermaine, thank you. Thanks to everybody in the bushes and everybody who watched this in the replay. Bronze, thank you. CJ the Cat, thank you. CJ the Cat. Meow, meow, meow. And thanks to everybody in the bushes and everybody who watched this in the replay. Y'all make sure y'all thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, share, leave a comment, and hype this video up. And pretty cat. And if you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation, and $ shades too, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. You said, so you think when Warren said it's coming for people to leave their phones about it's okay? No, I don't. I think he may be right, but that doesn't mean that Nolan left his for that reason. Okay, it doesn't mean that. Of course, some people probably do leave their phones on the boat when they think they're coming right back to get it. No, he left his on the boat, yeah, because he wasn't alive when it was left. Let's keep it real. He wasn't alive. At least I don't think he was alive when he left his phone point blank. That's what I think. Okay, now y'all may think something different, which you can do that over here on Shades too, but I definitely think that he wasn't alive when he left his phone in that boat. He may have been alive when he left it, but he was always intending on coming back. Okay. Meaning, for example, let me just clarify that. So his phone, I think his phone was only left because he got into a situation. He didn't leave it himself on purpose. I think he got into a situation where it was drugs or he got into a physical altercation. Okay, and then his phone was left. I don't think he said, let me leave my phone here while I go hang out with Katie. And just say by some chance he did say that. Okay, because because I don't clearly know for sure. Just say by some chance he did say that. He most certainly thought he was coming back. And then what's name just said Katie and him was basically together. So if they were together going toward the boat or in the boat area, I mean, you could almost pretty much piece everything together. Something still happened on that boat. Okay? Something still happened on that boat. He could not retrieve his phone because something happened. Because if it would, I don't think it happened on the beach. It probably happened on that boat. And what's going to be a trip is if I am right. You know what I'm saying? We will see if maybe, because we may not ever know, period. Especially if it's a cover-up. It could be easy, for them just to say, oh, yeah, we found evidence that just suggests that he drowned. But we will see, you guys. We definitely will see, okay? So other than that, thank you guys again for being here tonight. Y'all have a beautiful night and get y'all some sleep. I'm definitely going to get me some sleep once I take a shower. And thank you guys again for being here. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. We'll finish our discussion regarding Nolan and any other updates and stuff that I have. Okay? All right, y'all. Thanks again. Let me get ready to get all this off of here. Good night, y'all, and sweet dreams, right? And don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell notifications and share. All righty? All right, y'all. Peace.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view. It's late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I lacked name, back again. It's late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay. Late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. It's late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. Shay's too. She back again. It's late night with Shay. Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's too.